What's good, fam? Hey, listen, I'm in a great mood. You know why? You done already read that title. You done seen that thumbnail. Listen, today we doing gumbo, folks. So look, I'm gonna go over these ingredients. Not really go over it, we just gonna fly over them, but I'm gonna show you some of the stars right here. Look, we got Dungeness crab, we got the clusters, right? We got king crab, on the other side of the island. Lobster tails, look, we got a lot of, man, we got a whole lot of, right? I'm just gonna say it that way. Now listen, if you guys wanna see the whole ingredient list, don't forget, as always, it'll be down in the description box below. Hey, with that being said, I'm not finna over talk it, we finna get it, folks. Okay, folks, so look, you just seen I done cleared everything out, you know what I mean? I got my pot right here and we getting ready to make our seafood stock, right? Look, this is so simple. When you say stock, you just put your ingredients in here, we're gonna put the water in there and we're gonna turn it into something amazing, right? So look, I'm gonna start with my chopped celery, right? We're gonna come with our white wine, W sauce. Okay, now we're gonna go with the tomato paste. Look, we got the parsley. Normally we cut all this off of here, but look, there's flavor in here too because we boiling it down, right? So we just gonna go ahead and drop that in there with stems and all. Thyme. And now for the part that put the smile on my face, it's the garlic. If you guys want to just see it how it works, you know what I mean? You see them little holes right there? We just want to force them closed. Look, we give it a little bit of that muscle, right? Look at that right there. Ah, yeah. Now we're getting ready to come with our carrots. I'm gonna go ahead and drop my bay leaves in now. Now let's look at this, these shrimp shells, right? So listen, these right here, I got these, you can see these got like the heads on them, you know what I mean, and all of this. This right here is what's gonna give us that taste, right? So if you're looking for that ooey, that authentic down south, you know, gumbo, this is what you wanna have. You wanna get your own, you can make it, I'd say that's the best way of doing it. Now, I got some other shrimp that's over here. I saved these right here. Everything's, you know, been cleaned and deveined. I got everything in the refrigerator, right? But this right here, I want you guys to save it. Reason I want you to save it, because listen, we're gonna make something special. So listen, anytime you peel your shrimp, save them, and then I guess in a couple of weeks, I'm gonna make a video and show you how to make something fire. Okay, so look, now I'm gonna go ahead and just add, you know, my shells, right? So let's just go ahead and put these in here, right? Look, this is my onion. You don't need no dice or nothing like that. Don't work yourself hard, just a rough chop. But look, we want to put that heat on it. Let's talk about these leeks. Tell me how many of y'all be using leeks, right? I'll just do like this. And I'm gonna get a little bit of this green. That's really about enough right there. When I say rough chop, we just want to open it up. Just think about how you do an onion too. We just want to catch the flavor. This is all good right here, right? So we got that. Now we just go ahead and put this in here. Now you guys are saying like, AB, you going way over the top. That's right, listen, this gumbo right here is for somebody special. You know what I mean? For like, I'm gonna say special and a special occasion. Okay, so look, we talking about adding water, right? So I'm gonna add 1.5 cups, 6 cups, right? That was 4. Here we go with the 2. I can tell you right now though, once you do it, the aromatic that comes off of this right here, is right. Hey, that leek, that it's all in that leek and that onion. You can smell that. And then once we start boiling it, some of them shells start, you know, releasing their flavors into that. That's what makes it fire, right? So look, I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil in here like this. We just put in, a couple of tablespoons, that's all. All right? And then, we gotta do the salt. And then, I always cook with coarse ground. You know what I mean? So I give it a couple of, pinches. And then listen, we finna twist this right here, this cracked black pepper. You know what I mean, until I get tired. What we want to do is we want to bring our liquid to a boil, right? So as you can see, I start off on high, right? Now I'm gonna go ahead and just make myself, what I'm doing is right now, just mixing it all up. Cause don't forget we added the salt, the olive oil, the cracked pepper on the top, right? But I just want to get everything coated, at least get it wet, work everything down. I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on. Once it comes up to a boil, I'm gonna go ahead and reduce it down to a medium flame, and then we're just gonna let it, cook and work all the way down. I'm gonna say, let's just try 1 hour. Okay, so check it out. Look, it's been an hour, right? I just kind of like cut it off like the last 5 minutes. You know what I mean? And look at this right here. Oh yeah, you can smell the air, man. You can just smell it. This right here is gonna be fire, folks. Listen to me, because I'm not gonna show this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a strainer over here on this pot right here, right? And I'm gonna pour this inside of that because we want to get the seafood stock, right? So real simple. All you want to do is strain it and keep all of this, you know, away from that. And you want this to be as pure as possible. All right, folks, so look, if you come in here right here, you can see I got the stock right here, right? Look at the color of it. It's the type of shrimp that I had used, and that's why it came up that way. If you guys don't use the ones, and especially if you're not using the whole body, you know what I mean, that whole part of the shell and that whole body, it won't be this, you know, as orange or reddish as this, right? But either way, I can tell you, it's awesome. I'm at a loss of words. Now, I want you guys to come on in here and look at this right here. Now we're getting ready to get into this roux. This is what it's about. Look at that flame right there. You see that flame? We don't want to be too hot. So I start with like a little bit under a medium flame, or what I think a medium lowish, in between medium low and medium, right? So I got my vegetable oil. I'm gonna go ahead and just pour that in right now because we want to bring that up to temp, right? Listen, whatever you're gonna use to do your stirring, because we're making a roux. We don't want to keep, what we don't want to do is just put it in here and then leave it. Once I start adding this flour to it, we're gonna stay with it. We're never gonna stop doing it. Now, I'm gonna just start sprinkling a little bit in here like this. Now, this is the way I do mine. And I got it. Some people, they don't do it this way. I've seen people dump it all in there. But the way I was raised, when it comes to, you know, getting down in the kitchen, you introduce everything in increments, right? So especially this right here. Just take a look at this and look at how I'm doing it. I want you guys to notice I'm not stopping, right? I'm moving this right here across just like you see. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and introduce my butter, right? We're gonna let this work. And this is what once this is melted, we're gonna watch that color, right? But remember, we're gonna keep it moving. You can see it's cooking. I got the pot at the right temperature, folks. This is what you wanna see. I'm gonna get out the way so you guys can look down in there. That's what you want. We just want this to just melt all the way. So now we're gonna get into this roux making 101, right? I shouldn't even probably have said it that way because it make it seem like it's a lot of steps or a lot of stuff to learn. It's real simple. This is with the control of your heat. You don't wanna like cook it too fast because it can burn, right? I hear people say, you know, you can burn it, but I'm gonna just say this. I've never ever done it. I'm not even trying to pop my collar, you know what I mean? I just take my time when making a roux. Now, for those of you guys that have never done this, you know what I mean? This is gonna be key. We're gonna look for color. We want this to turn, this is gonna become a peanut butter, you know, color, and then you can go a little bit darker and start getting it a little bit more dark, like almost like a chocolate, you know what I mean? But the key is, once you start making your roux, don't walk away from it. If you notice, you guys don't know because I be cutting the camera. What I'm doing is, I don't never stop, you know what I mean? I just keep it going. And I like to use a flat, you know, square edge, you know, wooden spoon, because I like to come across this and just make sure that nothing is sticking on the bottom. You know what I mean? These are just like insurances for myself. Now I want you guys to take a look at it, right? You can see the color starting to change. Now we looking like peanut butter, right? It's smelling good. Oh man, you know that butter. Now listen, there's so many ways you can do this. You know what I mean? Sometimes I start off by putting my Andouille Sausage in the inside, doing that. You know, I get that flavor and then I take that out and use that. But I'm gonna show you how I really wanted to focus on this right here. Listen, because we made this great stock, you know, the seafood stock, that's gonna like really give it a whole lot of flavor. And you know, I just really wanna concentrate on showing you guys this. You see that right here? And I'm not going too much more than this right here. But look, you can see there's no flakes in there. And that's another reason why I didn't put the andouille sausage in there, because I leave the, you know, everything that comes off all the oils and all of that flavor in there. So it might confuse some people. They could say, hey, you burnt the roux. So they think, because you guys are watching it on a video. But those would be all like the seasoning and everything inside the andouille. But I just wanted to get this down pure so you guys can see it. This is what you want. You can go a little darker than this if you would like, but this right here is a nice color. You know what I mean? You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and start putting some flavor in there. And now I'm gonna put the andouille in here, right? We're gonna cook that down a little bit. And then once we're done with that, then we'll start adding our veggies. And we always start with what? That's right, we start with the onion first. It's not gonna get too much darker, but right now I just want this heat, you know, to work with it and keep it going. It's really gonna stop getting, if it's gonna change any more color, it's gonna really stop when I start putting these veggies in, right? But still, I wanna keep this moving. We just wanna get the, you know, the andouille nice and hot and let it start reducing it, releasing its flavor. Okay, so look, after letting it just, get like a 1-2 minute head start, now I'm finna hit it with the W sauce. Hey, for you, those of you guys wanna know what the W sauce is, there it is right there. You know what I mean? The W sauce. Got it? So we just add just a little bit to it, just a little bit. Now, if you guys have been following me for a minute, I done made this several times. Sometime I put the beer in there, we cook that beer off. But this right here, I'm gonna go ahead and make it this way and get it right. Now, them onions and everything done had a great start, right? So now, let me go ahead and get this, get my knife. We finna add the rest of our veggies. Okay, so now we finna raise up the flavor, right? Because everything in here, I almost said it's natural, but everything I'm using right now is natural. But check this out. We got this going. We like the color. I can see everything starting to soften up, right? So now I'm finna come with my Creole Kick. You can't have this gumbo without that, folks. So we just add that to it. You know what I mean? And we just give this a nice little mix. Because the next thing we're gonna introduce right now, y'all know what that is, and that'll be our stock that we made. Now we're getting ready to add our stock. Now you want to keep your heat underneath the bottom of that, because listen, we need to bring this back up to a boil. Then we're gonna reduce it down, to a simmer. Soon as you drop that seafood stock in there, listen. Oh, we smell gumbo, folks. But we ain't done yet, because we got to do a lot of little cooking, right? So I'm gonna just say this. Listen, I do this for a minimum of an hour. You know what I mean? I just want to make sure everything is, because it's kind of thick when you first put it in there. But look at that right there. I want you guys to see that. You can almost see the way I'm moving it. You can see the thickness of it already. But this right here, if this don't take you home, I don't know what will. Now, let me get this up to a boil. We're gonna reduce to a simmer, put the lid on there, and then we're gonna go for 1 hour. All right, so look, you guys can see it's starting to, like boil, right? I'm still moving it because it's still thick. I forgot to tell you guys, listen, we want to add some chicken stock to this. You know what I mean? Because look how this is. This is, I would call this like a concentrate. You know what I mean? But you're not finna stick crab or nothing like that in there. So here, I'm gonna start off by just adding, 4 cups, right? And then we see where we at. This would take 8, I could put 8 cups in here. You know what I mean? But we just wanna look at it, see how it is. You know what I mean? And just, work with it from there. Okay, so look, it's been an hour, right? So I'll let you guys look inside the pot. It smells divine. Just give it a stir. And I'm gonna put it on super low right now. Now we're getting ready to start prepping our seafood. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about going ahead and cutting these down, right? So when it comes to prepping these, remember, we got 6 lobster tails, right? Somebody greedy always gonna wanna come and get a whole one. So I do them a favor so that I don't have to pull them to the side and talk to them, right? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm getting ready to take it, get yourself a sharp knife. You just wanna put that down like this and just hold it, and you just wanna work your way down like this, right? You might need to get your, hit the top of your knife. You just wanna cut it clean and cut it like that, right? Now we got to half. This is how we gonna wanna put it in there. Now, I can go ahead and do the work for them, but I just wanna show you, I can actually take the flesh out, you know what I mean? But I just wanted to show you, you can cut them this way or however you wanna do them. So you can look, see what we're working with down here. I'm loving it, I'm loving everything that I smell. Look, now I want you guys to come over here and look at this. It's up to you. If you wanna cut these down and make little bite-sized bites, for that, you can do that. I just did that so you guys can see. But for me, I'm gonna go ahead and drop these in like this, right? This can take just a little bit more, so I usually start adding my lobster tail in now, you know what I mean? So we just put these in like this. You'll know they're ready, they'll become bright, that bright red, you know what I mean? And they'll start tightening up, and curling up a little bit, right? I'm gonna find these for myself, because I'm gonna eat those. I ain't gotta do no work. Now, just keep stirring it. You can see the steam coming off of it. Now I'm gonna go with my clusters. Look, they've already been cleaned and washed off. But look at that, that's a whole lot of, this little knuckle right here, that's where you get in and you find that goodness. You know what I mean? So we're gonna add these. Now it's gonna get crowded in this pot. Ooh, my goodness. If this not making you go home the way it used to be when you guys was back home seeing Big Mama, or you know what, nowadays Big Mama done probably moved out, you know, on the West Coast. You know what I mean? But look at this right here. Now, the only thing gonna be missing in this gumbo right here is we ain't got no okra, folks. What is up with that? Couldn't find none. And then when it come to your king crab, you know what I mean? I like to put these in second to last, because the last thing we're gonna put in is that we're gonna put our shrimp in, right? Now, I wanna monitor my fire. You know what I mean? I wanna stay around, you know, low. Get some of that steam up, then we just keep adding pieces as we can, right? So, go ahead and break this, because size is everything. This right here, this probably got my name on it too. So, look, this is a good way to show it. When I do this right here and you can look, come in here and look at that right there. You can just see how the flavor just soaks into that meat down there. Ooh-wee. But we want to warm this up, right? So we got that heat under there. The gumbo is starting to get warm. You know what I mean? And then we just, hey, we make it fit. For my favorite part of any type of crab, this is where the best meat in the house is at. That's in this claw, right? So we got to get this in there too. Okay, so you can see we got, you know, the crab in there. You got like kind of like force it. You can see, look, you're probably thinking right now like I ain't got no whole lot of room, but that's why I got this ladle, folks. You know what I mean? I can move things over like this, and I can get in here and I can get in there. You see that right there? That's what they pay that money for, that right there, folks. Now's the time to introduce this, you know, the shrimp. And I introduced the shrimp last, because listen, it cooks the fastest. You don't want to overcook it. You know what I mean? And you just put it in like this. I'm gonna work it, no worries. And we're gonna let that gumbo soak in there. Okay, so we got it all in there. What you're seeing is, if you see the green, I sprinkled a little bit of parsley on the top, right? So, let me just look at it right here. Let me just move these. You know what I mean? You can look, and you can just see that the shrimp is ready. Look at that right there. You see that right there? That's done properly. You know? So, I'm gonna leave the top off. Let this work. Now it's gonna be the plating time. It's up to you how you want to present it. So if you come over here, you can look, I got a bowl right here. What I did was I put a little bit of, you know, rice on here, right? So now, I'm gonna take this, and I just want to get this right in the center, right? So once we get this in the center like that, then when I lift it up, boom. I know y'all seeing right now, like, hey, how did he get that? If you guys want to know, just take yourself some Pam, get yourself one of these little small little bowls like that, spray it, wipe it around, and then it won't stick. Hey, so look, come on in, take a look at this right here. Hey, and I gotta stand true to what I said. This goes out to my folks, Jay and Summer out there in Little Rock. Hey, I told you I was gonna do it, homie. Check it out, gumbo, baby. Now, with that being said, you guys, look, there's a whole lot of goodness. You know, I done had a little time to let it cool off. And before I work with this, especially on camera, you know, cracking this and doing all that, I'm gonna take one of these right here, because look, AB deserves one, right? I gotta have one of these right here. So listen, if I'm gonna go in and get me something, you know what I mean, we're gonna get some real meat here. This is why we do the king crab, right? Oh yeah, look at this right here. Go in here. That's why we pay that money, you know, that little extra, you know what I mean, so we can get it out like this. Look at this right here, folks. Come on. I'm trying to get it out here where it's whole. Let it pull that part through. You see this right here? That's a whole lot of goodness. Now, I'm gonna go in right here because I can. I ain't gonna double dip. I'm gonna hit it just a one time like this, come over the top, and then I'm gonna say this to y'all. Cheers, folks. Ooh. It ain't often I'm at a loss of words. And you know what? Let me get my butter, all of that, because I do it all. Now hold on. This right here is just, hey, this is a perfect video for you guys to follow. especially if you had never ever made it. You know what, I'm hoping that this will give you the confidence to make it, you know what I mean? Because it's really in that roux, right? Now, I'll put down in the description box, you know, so you guys can look at the ingredients, you know, because of those of you guys that don't want to make your own seafood stock, that's okay. I got a recipe for you. Hey, it'll come out just fine. Hey, so let me just say this. What you're not seeing is, don't forget, you know, even I have forgotten, don't forget I got lobster in here. You know what I mean? I got lobster tail in there. You know what I mean? But somebody reminded me behind the camera and they said they finna get down on it. You know what I mean? So the one that I didn't eat, they said they finna double up. Hey, but anyway, listen, let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section below. Hey, you know what I'm just now remembering? This is gonna be dropping on Sunday, so that means this is premiere. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna say thank you for taking your Sunday, you know, premiere with me, AB. And with that being said, listen, if you're new to my channel, let me just take this time to say, hey, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and tell everybody out there, there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and making the gumbo like this, folks. And I'm out. Peace.